You're on.
Can you see me?
It's starting. Receiving your content. You're live. Yep, I see you.
Okay, hey everybody. This is our first live stream. Sorry for any technical difficulties. We're still trying to get the hang of all this OBS business. So we're going to try to do a Prusa i3 Mark III unboxing. So this guy just came in this week, and we've been waiting very patiently. And I guess let's get to it. Let's see here. This is the trickiest part. I bet there's a really good trick to this, but I haven't figured it out yet. Okay, we're in. Right. Bubble wrap. Here is the T-shirt. Everyone's a maker. Everyone's a maker. I'm the printer. Okay, cool. Got our congratulations letter with the packing list. Good. The invoice and the testing protocol printout. That's very nice to have. Not very many printers come with a printout like that. Basically what this is, I'll show it to you. This is a test report of, I'm not sure if that's going to come up in the video. It gives you all the checks that it's gone through, and then they give you some readouts of the see the heat bed and the hot end, so that's nice quality control. And the box is packed very well. We got our frame plates, our power cord, our power supply. I'll go ahead and put that to the side. I don't think we'll need that for a while. Our Y-axis here. And looks like a box of filament. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, you got filament?
Yeah. Oh, and if you hear somebody else, this is my wife over in the corner. She's monitoring the live stream. So say hi, April.
Hi, April.
Another box full of goodies. Another lighter box full of goodies. This looks to be the bed frame. And what is this? The lead screws. And last but not least, the motors and other electronics. Okay. And just so you guys know, I have my iPad here with the build instructions pulled up on the Prusa website. And I've already gone through the first steps here, and I'm on number 2, which is the Y-axis. And so for that we need our tools. So I got to dig through one of these boxes and find the tools. So it might be in this guy. So I'll move all this stuff to the side so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, this looks like it's the electronics enclosure. We'll put that to the side. The filament spool holder. And then all the rest of the 3D printed parts. Or maybe this is the power supply. I'm sorry. I said there was a filament spool holder, but that looks like the power supply mount, possibly. So I think this is the new spool holder arm, if I remember correctly. And those look like they're injection molded, as opposed to 3D printed. I don't know if they were 3D printed on the Mark II. Okay. So these are all just 3D printed parts. Okay, we're done with that box. I'll go ahead and put that together and put it aside. We're still looking for our tools. And so April's monitoring the chat, and if you guys need anything, you can type something in the chat, let her know, we'll try to answer it.
We lost our viewer.
Okay, so that's fine. April says we've lost our viewer, but we'll keep going anyway. The show must go on. Okay, I bet you the tools are in this box. Oh, here's our famous gummies. Looks like we got the Dino variety. Put those aside for later. And our USB printer cable.
What do you mean gummies?
This is a famous thing they do. So April's over here, and everybody gets a package of gummies.
Why do they give you gummies?
That's just a 3D printing tradition.
Are they like regular gummies? Can I be on camera?
Yeah. Okay. This is
Hey
April.
guys. We had one viewer that came back in. Oh,
Okay.
they're German gummy candy.
Yep.
Well, that's amazing. Who cares about the 3D printer? Okay, I'll leave them there.
It looks like our. Oh, we even got a German or some sort of glue stick. Here.
Well, thank you, Prusa.
See if I can put that up there. Coors glue stick,
Or is it
the legit.
Prusa or Prusa?
Oh, this is new. I hadn't seen this before. It looks like an alcohol wipe. An alcohol wipe and a nozzle cleaning tool. So that's pretty neat. I haven't seen that come in any other kits that I put together. Here's the LCD. I'll put that aside. Oh, we found the tools. Okay, we're in. We've got the tools. Check. We've got a Phillips head, a flat head, a few Allen keys, and some needle nose pliers / snips. And they're spring loaded, that's nice. So when you're working by yourself trying to put all this together, that helps a lot to have the spring loaded. Okay, Z-axis, X-axis, Y-axis. The extruder, power supply, and the spares. So this is really neat for those of you who have not seen this. They give you a printout, and each bag is individually packed with the bill of materials on the front of the bag. So kind of like IKEA, which I think that's great. That's a great way to go. And then zip ties. You can never have enough zip ties. As my robotics team says, let's just zip tie it. They like to zip tie everything they possibly can.
You should introduce yourself. We have 2 viewers.
Okay, so if you're just tuning in, this is our live stream of our Prusa i3 Mark III unboxing. And April and I are both teachers, so I have purchased 5 of these printers, and we're going to put them together in my robotics class. I teach a high school robotics class, so in our second semester we're going to put these together. Okay, there's 2 things. I have no idea what these are for. They look almost like there's a tiny little hole in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm not sure what that's for. Maybe it's for the electronics bundle to keep it upright. I'm sure we'll find out. Oh, and here's 2 more injection molded arms. So it looks like we got 2 spool holders. So that's cool. I guess these are the spool holders. So maybe that was an accident. Okay, and then we have, looks like the electronics, and then more electronics. We'll put those aside for now. Okay, we need the frame, so we need the aluminum extrusion, which is in this box. See, that light is kind of bright. Maybe if we turn it down a bit, you guys can see better, because the white balance on this camera is not super great. There's the aluminum extrusion. This is a major selling point for me, trying to use threaded rod to get the whole frame square. Seemed like a pain. Okay, here's the 2 short ones. And then here are the 2 longer ones. Let's get the iPad back on so we can see what we're doing. Okay, we've got the tools. Now we're going to lay everything out just like they tell us to. Okay, I can see on my iPad that we're tweeting.
Yes, I'm tweeting. April is tweeting.
Okay, April is tweeting. Okay, and then we need we'll put the motors to the side over here. And we'll pull out our YZ frame. If I can figure out how to open it up here.
What is it called? The Mark III in...
Okay, it's yes. So April's asking the name of the printer. It's the Prusa or Prusa i3 Mark III. So here's the famous magnetic bed that everybody is kind of controversial. So I actually don't mind the smooth PEI. I have that on my craft bot and it works great. So I kind of like having a smooth surface on the bottom of my prints. And I think this is pretty cool. A 3D printing company that uses 3D printing for their packaging. So they have little spacer standoffs inside the box, and they were done very efficiently. So kudos to them for doing that. Because I'm all about practical printing. I don't like to print trinkets. By and large, I like to try to keep everything practical. Okay, I got to keep my iPad alive. He keeps going to sleep on me.
Do you need help?
No, I got it. Okie dokie. So we've got the logo up here. So they tell us to put that face up. We've got our extrusion. And this is some pretty beefy extrusion. This is looks to be a little over maybe an inch by an inch. So that's pretty stout stuff. My FT5 is, I think, 20 millimeter. So I'll have to measure this. Let's see. Okay, next step. We need M5 by 16 screws. So we have extrusion, and we have the YZ frame. I gotta find the bag. There is the Y. Okay, Y-axis. Here we go. They make it very convenient. think we got it.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, these are the y-axis. Are they asking? I think they're button head. So these are all button head bolts. Oops, there goes a bearing. Okay. So these are all button head cap screws, which those give a nice finish. Okay, we need 16 of these. We got that, check. Okie dokie here. All right, so it says to rotate the frame so you cannot see the logo, and mount the longer aluminum extrusion. So the logo will be facing you guys in the live stream, and the longer extrusion goes on the inside, like this. Okay. I should have had all my screws or my Allen wrenches taken out. This has turned into more of just maybe a short assembly video. We'll probably get through just assembling the frame. I know I said it was an unboxing, but I just can't wait. I got too excited. Okay. So
I'll
now
come
it's
look at it.
okay. So April's going to come and take a look. My plan is to have, I bought 5 of these for my class out of my budget, and I plan to have a mini print farm because currently I've got my own personal printer up there at the school, and it's a Flashforge Creator Pro, and it does pretty good. It's been modded quite a bit, but it's, I don't know how many years old now, 3 or 4 years old, so it's kind of long in the tooth. So we're just gonna keep these finger tight for now. Tighten the screws with the Allen key just slightly. So I know sometimes it's a pain to read all the instructions, but it really does. They have really great instructions, so you might as well use them. Okay. And so just looking at the end of the extrusion, it looks like they've done a good job. It looks like it's aluminum, and they've tapped it, and it looks like they've re-anodized the inside. So they've taken a lot of time and effort to make these pieces. It looks like it's even machined on the ends. A lot of times you'll get saw cut aluminum extrusion, and the ends can be kind of rough. They don't really take the time to clean them up. I'm just putting the screws in through the YZ frame into the extrusion. Okay, last screw. And once I get them all put in, I'm going to tighten them in a diagonal fashion, just so you don't over torque one side. Just like you tighten the lug nuts on your wheel on your car. You do a crisscross pattern. Okay. So now I've got all 8 put in there, and I'm going to tighten them up. But I'm going to change the camera angle because this is like all the way across the table. I'm going to tilt it back a little bit so I don't have to lean across the table for you guys to see what I'm doing. So bear with me.
Do you need help?
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Okay. So that should be a better view. Hopefully you guys can confirm that. Yeah. So now you can see. I'll take a seat here. We'll go ahead and...
That looks better.
Okay, good. If you guys have any questions or you just want to chat, feel free to comment in the comment section. My background is mechanical engineering, so I did that for a few years, and then I became a teacher, and now I teach engineering and robotics, and I've been involved with 3D printing since I was in college. Actually, we 3D printed a model of one of our designs, and ever since then I've been kind of hooked. Okay, so we've got those put in. Now we're going to put the short ones in. We're on step 4. So we turn the frame around, and we're going to take the shorter ones.
What are we doing?
I think I put this together backwards, even though I'm sure somebody out there is yelling at me. Yeah, I put it together backwards. Okay, so yes, I did not read the instructions completely, but I'm glad I found it before I got to the next step. So the logo's away from me, and these should be on this side. Okay. Rats. I was just feeling really fancy too. It's like, look at me, I've got this printer halfway put together. Okay. It's okay, we all make mistakes, nobody's perfect. It's easy, we'll just take these right off. I've got all these lights on and it's getting warm, so I'm going to take off the sweater. We're down here in Texas, so it's not very cold. Okay, that's better. So I ordered this on the very first day. I think it was a Saturday. And I was kind of laying in bed, and I saw there was a major announcement at the Maker Faire from Prusa, and I figured they were coming out with some sort of new device. So I was kind of tuned to their website, and I saw that they released the printer, and I went directly to their e-store and ordered one. So what I'll do is go ahead and put this on the correct way. It's on the inside. Yep. I like to get my mistakes out of the way at the very beginning. That way they're small, easy to fix. You get all the way through a build with no mistakes. You know there's one waiting on you at the very end.
Hey Brad,
Yes.
guess how long we've been streaming? Guess.
I would say close to 30 minutes.
24, 25 minutes.
Okay, pretty close.
You have a better sense of time than I do.
Yeah. So April was asking how long we've been streaming. I know some of these streams go on for hours and hours, but it's 9:03 p.m. here. I've got to go to work tomorrow, so we're probably going to end up wrapping this up as soon as we get the YZ frame put together. If I don't make many more mistakes here. Okay. I think I put this together completely wrong because the long sections go on the inside. I don't know what I was thinking. I got distracted. Okay. And if you guys see me make any mistakes like that, please, if you're watching this live, please say something in the chat. Stop me.
One person watching.
Okay, thank you for watching. Whoever you are. We've got a ton of good ideas for more videos. I've got a whole whiteboard filled with different things. Got lots of different hobbies. We have some drone projects planned. We have some robotics stuff. I'm into robotics. And education. So if you're a teacher, you know a teacher that teaches science or something like that, and they're into STEAM, we're going to have lots of lesson plan ideas for them. Okay. This frame feels very stout. I'm assuming it's possibly water jet or laser cut steel. And they've powder coated it.
We're up to two watching.
So we have 2 streamers. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, I'm just, I think on step, my iPad keeps going off. I have to make it to where it doesn't go to sleep.
Here, I'll do that.
We'll hand this off to my lovely assistant.
Thank you.
And I'm tightening up these 4 cap screws here in the diagonal fashion.
So is this the height of the thing?
Yep.
And then the spool holder sits on top?
Yeah, I think these are the spool holder arms.
It's not that big. Like, I thought it would be bigger.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
these go on there like that and snap in. So yeah, it's not that tall.
Compact.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're...
There you go. Gotcha. Okay, your iPad instructions are ready to go, but I closed it, so open it back up. And if you're just joining us, Prusa sent us the
Oh, we got the dino.
Gummy candy.
The dino gummies.
Do they have different kinds?
I think they do.
I'm really excited about this. Okay. We'll have to eat some later.
Yeah. We like to eat.
Ooh, we
Okay,
lost our other streamer.
We're on step 4. We're putting in the short legs here. I believe I've got these put in the correct way. Let's see. I'll just poke my head right through there. Okay, there we go.
Don't get stuck in the printer.
Yeah, my head's not that big.
use this video for your students?
Oh yeah, this was kind of intended to be a instructional video for my students. I'm going to have them build 5 of these printers for my classroom. We're going to have a print farm, so to speak, and I think that'd be a really good, it's a really good learning opportunity to actually put one of these things together. A lot of times schools like to go with a MakerBot, and they buy it, and it's like a black box. They have no idea what's going on. When it breaks, they have to send off and get more parts. And one of the major selling points for this printer was that we could repair the printer ourselves, and we can print out parts for the printer. Repair parts for the printer. Okay, move on to this side. Could you do me a favor, April? Maybe go in another room and test to see if the audio is working?
Oh.
Because our audio may not be working.
I feel like somebody would have told us.
Well, maybe.
Okay, I'll leave.
Okay, so we're going to test the audio, make sure it's working. It looks like it's working on OBS. I see the mic jumping up and down. We were having trouble earlier with echoing, and so we turned everything down. So you should be able to hear me fine. If not, please say something. We can try to fix it. This is our first time using OBS. It's a really cool bit of software. So get these finger tight, and then tighten on a diagonal. A lot of times people try to over tighten these screws, and you don't have to be He-Man. They make the length of the wrench is it's this long on purpose. You just need to push on the end of the wrench with like one finger with a moderate amount of pressure, and it should work. So audio's working?
Okay, audio's working. Where's our mic?
Mic's up here.
Okay, so
it's in the main camera.
It's picking up a lot of the tool noises.
Yeah.
So when you talk, maybe talk
Look up
at
to
the camera. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'll try to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got everything put on. Let me make sure these are torqued. Maybe, oh, I have a rubber mat in the other room.
Oh.
Maybe if we use that.
Yeah, your paintball mat.
Yep. So I have a silicone mat that might be good to absorb some of that noise.
Do you want me to bring the printer bot?
No, I was putting together a Adopt-A-Bot from PrinterBot. It's not complete, but we'll show that in another video.
What about all your screws?
Just leave those on the table.
Oh.
Leave these on the table.
Okay.
Thank you. So this is full of all the stuff from my other projects. I've got a trash can back here. So my stripped wires and everything.
Okay.
Okay, so that should be a lot better. Okay, good. So now we're on to step 5, final check. Very important to have it on the correct side. So the long pieces should be out the front, and the Prusa logo is up here in the top corner. Okay, check. We've done that. So now we need the front and rear plate for our frame. And so they're in this bubble wrap right here. Okay, there's one. There's the other. And we need 16 more M5 by 16 screws. And so they don't say, these packages of screws do not have the length. So how do you know the right size? This is a really cool thing that Prusa did. There's a life-size printout on the front of the package, and you can just match up the screw to the package. I know that's kind of hard to see, but you can match it up and make sure you're using the right hardware. Okay, so I've got all my hardware. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, got all that. Now we're going to put on the one with the longer extrusions first. Let me get this guy out of the way. These are all button head cap screws. And it goes on there with this big flat piece on top, and these round little feet go on the bottom. Well, they're not round, they're kind of angular, but those go on the bottom. Okay. So this whole thing has got to be kind of elevated up.
Oh.
Yes.
JT is getting his printer in a month or so.
Okay, cool. When did you order, JT? So I ordered on launch day. I think that was 9/23, and then I ordered 5 more for my classroom on, I think it was sometime in November. And I think the ship time, the estimated ship time on those is going to be in February for November order dates. I think that they're going to have trouble meeting the demand. I think that they're probably going to end up pushing back some of these dates, but we'll see. There's been a huge demand, huge interest in these.
I have more news.
Yes.
JT says it's pronounced Prusa.
Prusa. Okay, thanks, JT. Yes, Prusa. We're ignorant, so thank you. Not in a bad way. It's okay. We learned now, so we know how to pronounce it. So my wife April is reading the chat stream, the chat on the stream, and so if you have any questions, she can help address those. I'm over here building. Ooh, that's squeaky. Sorry about that. Okay, and just like when we were attaching up here, we're just getting them just a little bit tight, and then we'll go back for the final torque after everything's all attached.
Oh, Jason Bohack is joining us.
Oh, hey, Jason. So I work with Jason. He's a really good guy.
Huh. That was a joke. That was a joke. Don't look. He says, hey, hey. Okay.
What was the joke?
Then I said, hey, show Jason the gummy dinosaurs.
Okay. Hey, Jason, this is for you. We got these gummy dinos with our 3D printer.
Oh, we have 3 in the, whatever, 3 in the audience.
Cool. So welcome if you're just joining us. We're putting together a 3D printer. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and April can try to answer those. Okay, I've got all the screws put in. Now I can torque on the diagonals.
I'm gonna tell Jason about your classroom.
Okay, the back plate, or this is the front plate. Front plate is installed. Looks good. Now we're going to put the back plate on. And we need to prepare for the power supply unit. So on this extrusion in the back, we need to put in some T-slot nuts. Oh, let's find these guys. They're in there somewhere. Okay, there's the belts. Oops. Here's the feet. We'll need those for later. Bearing. Some more feet. Another bearing. Here they are. So these are T-slot nuts. They just slide down the inside the T-slot, and it allows you to attach a screw right through here, or a bolt. And so when you put them in, you just line them up with the, it looks like a dovetail. You line them up, you just slide them right in. So we got two, and it says to put them on which side? Let me make sure. Looks like the left side.
Do you want to show me instructions on your iPad?
Yep. So they've got really great instructions online. And I really like this because I can just pinch zoom. If I'm unsure, I can just zoom right in there. That's not something you can do with paper instructions. And so, yeah, we're putting our T-slot nuts right in that extrusion. So if you see me looking away, this is what I'm looking at. Now we're ready to put our rear axis plate on, and it's up here.
What plate are you putting on?
This is the Y-axis rear plate assembly.
I'm gonna say hey.
Right. Okay, come on.
Hey.
This is my wife, April.
So the plate goes. This is the back plate.
Yep. And then there's two little feet. Yep. Two little feet. Yep. The logo faces the front. That's the front plate.
Oh,
plate.
And the bed's gonna move like this.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And then the Z-axis will move up and down like this.
Awesome.
And the X-axis will go back and forth. So this is the Y-axis.
Not that I'm trying to rush you, but when did you say we were gonna end the stream?
9:30.
9:30?
Yeah.
Okay, we got 8 minutes.
8 minutes. Okay, I'll hurry. I don't want to have like a 10-hour stream. My goal is to get this whole thing put together in about 4 hours, maybe. We'll see if we can do that. I've built a couple of printers. I've built a FT5, and that was a marathon build. It took me about 40 hours to build the whole thing from start to finish, and that was just stock. And then I probably put in another at least 40 hours with upgrades and repairs and all kinds of stuff. that was a long build, and then I designed and built my own printer, and that was probably another 20, 30 hour build. So hopefully this guy will not take that long. And for what I've seen online, other people putting these things together, it should go a lot faster.
We're 45 minutes in.
Okay, 45 minutes. I think we can end in an hour. I think an hour is a nice even number.
Yep.
Okay. Are there any questions in the chat that we can answer?
Jason says, "Be Wood Teacher of the Year."
Oh no. So I don't think that's, not this year at least. I'm sure there's much better candidates for Teacher of the Year.
I think he was joking. But
Yeah, probably joking. Knowing Jason, he's a jokester. Yeah, Jason was asking if he could come over and see our playground of 3D printers. So I think we have at this point, I've got one 3D printer at school. I've got that's mine. And then I have the Prusa. So that's 2. I've got the FT5, that's 3. I've got my own printer, the one that I designed and built. What were we at?
wait, so hold on, start over.
So the Flash Forge,
1,
that's 1. And then the Prusa,
2,
2. And the FT5 is 3. And then my custom printer is 4. I have a CraftBot, that's 5. I'm putting together the Adopt-A-Bot printer bot, that's 6, right?
Yeah.
And then we have April's printer, the Monoprice Mini, that's 7.
Yeah.
And then I've got the Mark Forged printer at school. That's the school's. It's a really nice printer. And then we ordered 5 of these guys. Okay, so now we're gonna step 10, y-axis geometry check. So before we proceed, place on a flat surface, and we need to check and see if anything wiggles. And if there's any wiggling, we need to unscrew either the front plate or the back plate and align everything. Okay, so it looks like these 2 corners, if you guys, these 2 corners are high because I'm getting a rocking back and forth between here and here, like this. So it says to, if it's not working, release the screws and push them down. So I'm going to release this back corner and push them down and retighten. So everything's nice and square. Okay, let's see if that made any difference.
Is the
No.
table level?
Well, I hope so. I think it's level.
We're up to 4 audience members.
Okay, so if you just joined us, I'm trying to level the frame. I've got a slight wobble in between these 2 corners, which means that one of these is high. I mean, these are low and these are too high. So I'm going to try to push this corner down now. I've already pushed this corner down.
Oop, we lost somebody. You need help?
What do you think you could do?
I can hold down the stuff.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, what do you want me to hold down?
Let me get this. I think these are too low, so I'm gonna get this mat out of the way.
Okay, maybe the mat was a bad idea. Hey guys.
Okay.
What if I go on the other side of the table?
I think one of these is high. So I'm gonna loosen these up. And it could be the extrusion mounted to the frame could be at an angle. So I've got this corner, so I'm gonna push this flat.
You mean let go?
No.
Okay.
Let me torque it first.
Did it come with those Allen keys?
Yes, it came with a set of Allen keys. I really like my ball end wrenches if I'm just trying to get something screwed in, you know, but not, I don't like to torque with the ball ends, but they are convenient. And these are just flat end. Okay, let's see if that fixed it. No, it's still, let's see if I rotate it 90 degrees and it still wobbles. Yeah. So I'm guessing that one of these is kind of at an angle. Since I've taken apart, this is the only one I haven't taken apart. I can loosen up this back corner. Let's see.
Will the feet level it?
Oh, these feet are not.
They're not leveling feet?
No, they're not very accurate. So we want to make sure the frame's level.
They're just little single piece, like solid pieces of rubber?
Yep.
So I didn't really help, did I?
Yeah, you're helping.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I can scoot it more towards you and you can hold down that end.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Make sure it's nice and held down, and then we're going to put it all together. And if this doesn't work, I think I'm going to loosen up the extrusion from the frame and try to level that. I'm still getting a wobble. Okay, I'm just going to squat down and look at the frame and see where we're at.
Just don't knock the laptop off the table. What do you think it is?
I'm trying to figure that out. Something's not completely square. I think the front, either the front or the back of the frame is twisted. Not the frame itself, but the way I put it together. It was slightly twisted. So, if you guys have any suggestions in the chat, feel free. I think I'm going to loosen this guy up and see if that helps. So if I relax this one, loosen him up, and then if the frame's level, I know it's this side.
What happens if it's not level?
That's a good question. If it's not level, our prints are not going to be as good as they could be. There's a calibration process that takes into account if the frame is not true, but I would rather have a frame that's square and true.
Jason says put a magazine under it to level it.
Oh, that's a good tip. So one of the tips is, you know, we'll just we'll shim it with maybe a sweet and low packet. What do you guys think? We'll fold it in half. Okay, so it looks like this side is still high. I'm gonna unscrew it from the frame and see if that helps any. Because sometimes these holes are, the holes in the frame, they're clearance holes. So what that means is they're slightly bigger than the major diameter of the screw. And so as the screw goes in, it could be high or low and throw the whole thing off. So I think that's what it was, because it's starting to relax a little bit more now. I think I'm going to loosen all of these. And just press down on it. This table, this butcher block table, is not 100% completely flat, but it's pretty good because they put it through a planer. It should be close enough. I know this is tedious to watch, but I want to make sure everything gets put together correctly.
What surface are your kids going to assemble on?
Oh, we have slate chemistry lab tables, and those are pretty flat. That's how we're going to assemble these guys. Okay, I've loosened this one, and what else? I think this back one. And now it's flat. I don't have any more rocking. So that's what had happened. That when I screwed one of these in, the extrusion was not perpendicular to the frame. It was kind of cocked up at an angle, or maybe it was slightly higher than all the rest of the extrusions. So I've taken all the wobble out. And now, Miss April, if you wouldn't mind too much, if you could come over and maybe from that side.
Yep.
Just put your hands down on there. Can you reach that okay?
I feel like I'm going to knock it over the thing.
Okay. How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So now we're going to tighten this back up.
So this is aluminum frame?
These parts are aluminum,
And
but this is steel.
Cool. Proudly made in Prague. So it's not German, it's Czech. Right?
Yeah.
Oops.
That's like, I guess, calling Americans Canadians. I'm sure they don't appreciate that.
I'm not a Prusa aficionado.
Expert?
Yes.
Okay. We're learning.
I don't like that they say it Prusa. I wish it
Well,
was Prusa.
I'm sure he gets to choose how to pronounce his name.
Well, I know, but it's just...
It's not up to us.
It feels funny to say that. It sounds like you're Sean Connery.
Okay, that's tight. Let's make sure this is tight. Okay.
Where do the feet go?
They're going to go into the extrusion.
Cool. Is it the last step?
I think that's one of the last steps for tonight.
Oh, I meant in the build.
Oh, for the Y, Z axis,
Mm-hmm.
it's one of the last. Yeah.
What step are we on? What number?
We're on number 10.
Number 10. You need me anymore? Here,
I
I'll
think
come
that's
say
good.
hi again.
Okay, good. So we've taken a lot of the wobble out. Hey, everybody. So that's a lot better. We've got the wobble out. We've got a nice square frame. Okay, so we're going to mount the feet. These are anti-vibration feet. It says that it's optional, but I would like to have them on there. So there's 4 of these little gray feet, and it says that you just kind of wiggle them in there. Oh, those are the, okay. I heard some rattling and I thought that I had missed something.
Jason says he's Czech.
Really?
Yes, he
So-
says that
Bohack is a Czech
is a Czech name.
name?
Apparently, yes.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, these are pretty easy. I like this solution. This is a pretty good system. These feet just snap. The edge of the feet there, they just snap right up into the dovetail or the T-slot on the extrusion. On my FT5, I've got feet that have like a hollow center. You have to screw them in there. Okay, very cool. Okay, well there's step 12, 13. Ooh, I think we're gonna, yeah, there's a lot more. Okay, we're gonna stop on step, I think 12. Yeah, so we completed step 11. We're gonna stop on step 12. Thank you guys for watching. This is our very first stream. We're putting together the Prusa i3 Mark III, and we'll call it a night. So good night, and thanks for watching.